What a week! Bitcoin has reached new all time highs, and according to market watchers and analysts, there's no end in sight. Donald Trump won the US presidential election this week, and making him the new president elect. This sent crypto markets into an absolute frenzy. And a lot of folks are asking, could the US implement its own strategic Bitcoin reserve? Historically, countries have kept reserves of assets like gold and foreign currencies to stabilize their economies, help protect against inflation, and ensure liquidity in times of crisis. The US has one of the largest gold reserves in the world. But now we're living in a digital age where Bitcoin is seen by many as digital gold, and so a strategic Bitcoin reserve doesn't sound that far fetched. In a keynote address at the Bitcoin conference in July, Trump said that he would make the US the quote crypto capital of the planet and create a Bitcoin strategic reserve using the Bitcoin that the government already holds. Now, the government holds over 200,000 Bitcoin. This Bitcoin has been seized from various different criminal cases. This makes the United States the largest government holder of the asset in the world. 10x founder Marcus Thielen joined Markets Daily recently for an interview with me. He said he personally doubts that the US is going to buy additional Bitcoin. He thinks that they'll take what they already have and they'll put it into a special quote side pocket. That's a pretty big side pocket. That 200,000 Bitcoin is worth billions of dollars today. US Senator Cynthia Lummis, she introduced the Bitcoin Act also at the Bitcoin conference this year. She called for the creation of the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve to help reduce the near $36 trillion of national debt. Now, what she proposed was that the government buy 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. Lummis said that this could be paid for by diversifying existing funds within the Federal Reserve instead of creating additional debt. If successful, the US would join the likes of El Salvador, which has already incorporated Bitcoin into their national reserves. Now, what does this mean for investors? Well, if the US starts buying up Bitcoin, the already limited supply would get tighter. This would likely drive prices higher, increasing scarcity. Other countries might closely watch the US, see the increasing scarcity, and opt to create their own strategic reserves. Now, let's come back to the Bitcoin Act. The plan would require the US to hold on to that Bitcoin for 20 years, so no risk of them selling and impacting the markets within the first 20 years. Some are concerned, though, about what might happen after that 20 years. If the US decides to sell, that could have a significant impact on the market. So, will the Bitcoin Act pass? Well, it was introduced to the Senate by Senator Lummis in July, but has not moved beyond that stage. It would need to be passed by the Senate and then the House and then approved by the president. Now, in theory, this would be a big step for mainstream adoption of the largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Some are worried, though, about the centralization of Bitcoin within the US government if this legislation is passed. Will this plan get off the ground? Let us know what you think and follow Coindesk.com for all of the latest crypto industry news.